The R.E.M. Effect, a thriller. The R.E.M. series, Book 1, written by J.M. Lanham, narrated by Lee Allen. Chapter 1. Ham. Claire's eyes panned the interior of the stone-walled chamber, searching for traces of light in the pitch-black room. The holding cell was dank and humid, a makeshift prison in some long-forgotten jungle somewhere. She had been strapped and bound to a chair for countless days without food, water, or any sign of deliverance. IV fluids hung from a stainless steel pole nearby, providing her only source of nutrition during her cryptic stay. The hunger pangs were sheer agony, but the liquefied sustenance gave Claire a reason to believe she might make it out of this scenario alive. "If they want me hydrated, they must want me to live," she reasoned. The hopeful assumption had become her survivor's mantra, and was just enough to preserve her precarious level of sanity through the days-long ordeal. She fought to keep her mind busy, but even an exercise as simple as recalling her own phone number had become an arduous task. It was as if the neurons in her brain were engulfed by a thick fog, obscuring connections and clouding her thoughts, all courtesy of the chemical cocktail being served to her by an unknown host. The man with the needle. Although several people were likely involved in her kidnapping, Claire knew her short and scruffy tormentor was the one responsible for her current mental state. He was the man who flipped the lights during his daily visits, the man who dosed her with hallucinogenic concoctions delivered intravenously that sent Claire's mind to harrowing places without ever leaving the discomfort of her ill-fitting chair. Claire had been through the crucible of torture, but that didn't stop her from trying to solve the mystery of her imprisonment. She searched for clues in a veil of darkness, hanging on to every fleeting trace of light that came from the crack at the bottom of the holding cell's only door. The last thing Claire remembered before her kidnapping was dozing off on a flight from Boston to Los Angeles. Everything after that was a haze, a telltale sign of her recent drug-induced amnesia. She hadn't the slightest clue what her flight number was, but for some reason she did remember washing down her meds with overpriced scotch just before falling asleep in coach. She decided to focus on the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?